We are out east in the Hamptons. It's U.S. Open week, baby.
Bam! Oh my God!
Yes, we are back with another episode, and it is the U.S. Open preview show. And man, it's good to see you guys' smiling faces today because it's been a little bit. I haven't been on since the PGA, and that's okay. Because guess what? We got an awesome packed show, lots to talk about today. But how are we doing?
Doing great, guys. It's good to see both of you. We haven't talked, well, we talk every day, but we haven't seen each other's faces and stuff, since, the PGA show and everything. So, everything's been good. Hockey's over. So is it fully golf season now? And the NBA's over? Is it fully golf
NBA,
season?
hockey.
We're in our third major already. Can't believe that. It's June, halfway through June. Third major, the 126 U.S. Open in Southampton. I don't know. It's just crazy. It's already flying by. 250 years of America coming up. It's nuts. Matt, what have you been up to? I know you've been all over the place. Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to the both of you too coming up. So and everybody out there.
Yeah. That's the thing I wonder about. It's like we wait all winter and then spring, summer flies by. Our spring wasn't particularly great. We've had a good month of weather now, but I mean, in general, and this is where this PGA schedule just, I don't know, it being so packed. It's like, I had to, unfortunately I had to skip. My Ironman streak is over. I had to skip the PGA show because you guys had Tony and Ty on. But, thanks for them for joining in. That was a great episode. Really liked listening to it. But now I'm back. I haven't been here in like 2 months, and I'm like, should it be the U.S. Open? Does it feel like it? The World Cup is going on. Should they have moved it because of the World Cup? I'm not a huge soccer fan, but it does seem like more of the sporting moment or zeitgeist is there. The finals is done. Congrats to the Knicks. Shout out to them. Hockey's done, to your point. So it's just summer, man. And the last thing I'm going to say is these are the longest days. We're going to get pretty close to the longest day of the summer of the year coming up, right? And then we're back to the doldrums. I'm sorry to be like so pessimistic. Like, I don't know what's going on. But the one thing I do want to say right off the bat for those listening early on, get on Instagram. We're going to call it out one more time at the end of the show. We are doing a Turtlebox giveaway for the U.S. Open. They gave us their Ranger 3 in the Americana colorway. Find the post. It says Turtlebox giveaway right there on the cover. Post, comment as much as you want, and good luck to you. And Turtlebox, man, these things are awesome. So thank you.
They are. They go. They bump. You touched on it briefly. Don't sleep on summer. My favorite time of the year, as everyone knows, is coming up, and so longest day of the year. Speaking of longest day of the year, Bandon Dunes was the summer solstice out there today as we record this podcast. And boys, did you guys see what they had out there for the summer solstice and the swag bag that they got? They got some custom Nike Peg G's for the solstice this year. And they are beautiful. They look great. So well done to the team out at Bandon Dunes and all through Nike and everything for those. They're awesome. Little gold bottoms, a little bit of that penguin of the Bandon logo on the puffin, I should say, not penguin. On the side, fits perfectly on the pegs. It's great. So shout out there. Next, before we get into all of our U.S. Open talk, we would be remiss and I think maybe scolded, maybe not scolded, but to not mention maybe the best golfer on the planet right now, and that is Miss Nelly Korda with her fourth major and the second major of the year. She's won the first two, winning the U.S. Women's Open out at Riviera this past week or week and a half now. She has been having her moment in New York City doing her press tour and killing it with everything. But man, what a putt to finish it on. Thought we were going to a playoff as it lipped around and in. But gents, just want to get your reactions to Nelly winning and her game at the moment and just what we think that she's doing for the women's game, because I think it's fantastic.
Always probably my second favorite swing behind Rory's. I mean, I just love watching that swing. It's so repeatable. The cool thing is watching, as you said, the press tour. She's absolutely like growing the women's game. And I think golf in general, she's out there in the Nike trench and she's got the glasses on looking good and all that stuff. Great
crossover
ambassador
with
for the
LeBron
game.
is cool to see,
No, it's
too, a
very
little
cool
bit.
to see. I love to see it, and the fact that like LeBron becoming a golfer, but not just becoming a golf fan, but instead of like LeBron, like, hanging out with all the pro golfers, like we usually see the athletes do, he's supporting the women's game. So I think it's just very cool to see. I think all of it is awesome. I love to see it. I love the blue tartan. So the ladies have the shorts. They have the blue tartan shorts. Guys, our blue tartan is up on Nike.com now. So the jacket that Tom Kim was wearing is available. It's coming soon, I should say, in the blue tartan. The pants are available in the blue tartan.
Just in today. Yep.
Of course. And then we get the cardigan also in the blue tartan. So the blue's more my style, so I will be getting all 3 of those pieces. And you will see me in one of those 3 the rest of the summer. I just wish we had tartan shorts ourselves. I wish the guys could have gotten tartan shorts, which is why I bring it up. Yeah.
But congrats to Nelly. It's awesome to see. She is growing the game. Do we feel like there's a second wave? You know how there was like a COVID wave? Is there now like a different culture wave going on right now? Like you said, Gumby, with LeBron, showing off his golf. He's trying to play, just like all of us, we're trying to play. We're trying to be like these guys and girls, that are on TV every week. So,
well, I think they're doing just a really great job of how they're mixing culture with golf right now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like in that first wave, I'll call it the Malbon wave. Like it wasn't like forced, but it was very much like the shock of something. And now it feels like intentional, and it feels just blended like much better. And the piece that I'm gonna think about is Nelly showing up to her practice rounds in the soccer kit for the men, with the World Cup happening on, and we can get into the soccer kits because I love what Nike did for the soccer kits this year. I think are great, especially the men's team, with the waving stripes one.
Yeah, but in general, the Nike sportswear team owes Nelly because she's proing the hell, like trench coat, all that stuff that she wears usually on the practice days.
Great.
Yeah.
So I just think that blend has really evolved a lot more to that opens up that second wave of saying like, look, like it doesn't need to be stuffy. The best players in the world are not making it stuffy. They're making it like enjoyable. And we got that from Tony and Ty, how like it shouldn't be stuffy. It should be a blend of what you feel and what you want. In our last episode, you can go back and listen to it. So I think it's cool to see, and I just think she's doing a really great job. And looking forward to seeing like what else is coming. We did get, if anyone was paying attention to Miss Hallie Ledbetter, little preview of some next year's line of the women's line, which looks fantastic. And then Jenna was at the party. Jenna Sims, Brooks's wife, was at the party tonight a little bit down there previewing the U.S. Open, and some of the stuff that she's wearing too. So just cool to see what they're doing. They're cooking up some really good stuff for the women, which is great. Now just excited to see how they expand their roster there. Nelly, they've got I think they have Maya Stark. I think Farrell Keith, the amateur, is probably coming over. She was the Texas girl. So cool to see. Cool to see the amateurs as well. So as we segue into the U.S. Open a little bit, 4 amateurs rocking Nike in the field this week at the U.S. Open. We'll get into that a little bit with the winner's circle, but there's something different about these guys, and I think what Nike's doing with the amateur game, the college connection lately, is really cool. And so, if you guys don't know, there's a lot of college teams, golf teams, sponsored by Nike, obviously, but they're digging in a little bit more and getting those players a little bit more of the testing and the access to this as a grounds for thing. We've seen it through shout out Raymond. So he's been talking a little bit about. So a couple more guys playing this week, making the U.S. Open as amateurs, rocking the swoosh. We have Preston Stout from OK State. He is the NCAA champion this year. Ethan Fang from OK State, played in the Masters this year. I believe he was the U.S. Amateur runner-up, which is how he got into the Masters and into the U.S. Open. I am so sorry, Arnie, for how I pronounce your name, and I apologize in advance from LSU, but Gunlager, Arnie Svensson, that's really hard to say. I'm not even
That's a
sure I
good
did it
one.
right, so I apologize in advance. From LSU, rocking the Nike, and then probably one of the youngest in the field, qualified with Charlie Woods on the bag. We all know that name. Going to FSU is Miles Russell, Swoosh. So, how to shout them out? The amateur game, pretty strong. I just think the amateur field lately in golf is just really, really something special. Jackson Coyven, all that stuff. He signed with Malvin and some others, but like there's some really strong young kids coming up in the game, and cool to see kind of Nike hopping on them early. Hope they stay with Nike because it's really promising for the future. So
Yeah.
thoughts there, guys?
No, it's good. I was actually when I went down to the players and stuff, I went to Miles Russell's home track, and the year before, I actually saw him hitting in the range at the Atlantic Beach Club, and it was just awesome to see him play. It's awesome to see that these guys go through the longest golf day, to qualify, the 36 hole playoffs, everything like that. So it's just cool to see this. All of us would love to just try to do that or try to survive a 36 day of golf. We can't. Well, I'll fall over after 18 anyways. So I gotta get my sleep in and I gotta stretch the next morning or I can't. There's no way I'm playing another 36 or 18 at best. But it's the 126 U.S. Open, and there's a huge wide range of amateurs that can pull off making the cut and everything. So and Miles is one of them. It's he's one of the youngest. He's one of the most talked about guys coming up, out of college. So it's cool to see.
College
Yeah,
next
going
year,
into college, right?
So yeah, Matt, your thoughts on the amateur game?
It's discouraging. It's very discouraging because I think as a hack, a lot of times you see the longest day in golf and you're like, maybe one day if I get good enough. But then you're like, wait a minute, Miles Russell is out here on the longest day of golf trying, and these other guys are trying. And it's levels. It's levels. Like I've talked about my friend who's been the club champ at Medina, and he's qualifying for the Illinois Senior Open here. And it's just the levels of golf that still exist. Like there's still a mile of talent between Miles Russell and your club champ and your private club champ. Like still, like just the levels are unbelievable. And it's just crazy to me how good people can be at something. Like I'm not particularly good at any one thing. It's it's impressive, and I love people that can like eat, sleep, breathe it too. Because I'll admit, guys, I love the clothing. I love Nike Golf. I love playing golf. You guys know I'm just very casual about it too. Like to eat, sleep, breathe it, 365 for years and years and years. Or like Nelly, like I circle back to Nelly. One of the things I love that she said in her, I think it was on NBC. She said in her interview that she works with partners that are blue chip. She works with people in those partners that want to win and be the best at what they do because that's what she wants to do. And those partners allow her to do what she wants to do. And that's just grind and get better and better and better. And I wish I had that mentality sometimes. So it's just amazing to me. It's like, oh yeah, there's no chance I will ever come close to sniffing, qualifying anything if I got to compete with young guys like that. Like those guys coming up. Like if Charlie Woods has to be on the bag, he's not even trying to get on. Ain't that wild?
Yeah. It's funny because like you talk about levels, but it is one of those like those things where I tried qualifying locally a couple years ago here for just like the like city like tournament, and just even qualifying for that is a different like level of stress of just tournament golf that I've never experienced. And I just don't know how they do it sometimes. They're quite impressive, and so I think it's cool to see. Maybe one day we can raise our kids to be those types, but I truly doubt it as well. So it's just so hard to do. But you never know. So
yeah, I think the game's just so like that happening. So I think that'll be one of those things. But I think should we go on to the pack and then winner's circle? And
yeah, I think so. Yeah. So we are gonna bring it up as we always do. I think the pack is releasing I believe Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday,
And
10 a.m.
Yep, Thursday, 10 a.m. And
Eastern.
hold us to dates. This is what we get sort of told, but things can change here and there. But we have of course it changes the second I get to it. We have the Victory Tour 4, the Next Percent Tour 3, and the Nike Air Max 90G as the 3 in the pack this week. So we'll go through the 3 quickly.
Yeah, you're gonna hate me on this one though. You might want to edit this part out. How come you don't just open 3 tabs? Or you want to leave this in? This is wild.
That's a great question.
Because you are like so organized, you're so good at this, and I always like feel bad because I know you have to like you hit back and then you hit back too much sometimes. Like, let's just open 3 tabs.
You're right. Hey, I appreciate the feedback. Nike Tour 4. Guys, we're gonna describe a little bit, but go watch it. Go watch it on YouTube. Go watch it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts. We're the video podcast, so why not? But we've got the blue upper. We've got this iridescent. I'm going to call it pearl a lot, I think, in these, the bottom. We have these little flag details that they're doing for the nod to the Southampton. And so it's greetings from the Hamptons is the sort of hack this year. And then we have the insoles. I think the insoles are the star, which is the weirdest part to say. And I'll get into that a little bit later. Let's go to the other one. So that's
especially when you can replace them with blue Maccas with code Swoosh20.
Exactly. So that's a Tour 4. Next Percent is very much pearl, and the inside of what I would be like a pearl or a clamshell. That's what I get from these vibes, and so that's what they're going with, that with the purplish and whatnot. I do like the flags on the back. Again, teeing off in a major in the Hamptons, no vacation. Colors and graphics printed on the Next Percent Tour 3 hint at a treacherous course layout, howling winds, and deceptive greens that await the world's best golfers. So that is the Tour 3 with the purpley pearl. And then the 90 is more of like your sailboat. You've got like a tan upper, you've got the iridescent, you've got this green on the back where I don't know where it came from, and then the rope laces. I will say this, gentlemen, as we get into these, I'm disappointed with this pack. I think that there are so many things you can do with a nautical theme, and what I see in the insoles, which I have on the screen, is like a light blue, a dark blue, the red, and the storytelling is on the insoles, and it's not on the outside of the shoe, which they have done really well in the past. And so it's kind of like interesting to me that like they are truly pumping up the Hamptons of this all, but it doesn't come through in any of these shoes. Maybe the Tour 4 because of the blue, but the rest, it doesn't really come through. And I wish they could have stuck to the nautical, because when we did the lobsters for Brookline and Mass a couple of years ago, and I thought they were one of the most fantastic shoes compared to like Peaches and stuff like that. And so that's the 90 that Matt has on the screen right now for a lobster shoe. We're now looking at nautical, which from being from Maine, nautical and lobsters are different things, right? Like, and I don't see it, there's this iridescence, there's some good detailing in this badge.
It should be yachting, right? It's the Hamptons. It's yachts. You're out on the sea. It's rich. It should be very elegant. I think that's what the bling is. Maybe that's what the pearl is, and maybe that's what they were going for with the iridescence on the Next Percent. Maybe that's what I'm getting from it. I don't know. Like, it's still, I don't know. It's New York area. Could have done like Tiffany colors. Could if you're gonna be like rich, and I know the folks in the Hamptons don't buy Tiffany's. That's low rent, right? Like that's not.
But it just is it. I don't want to say it's like a miss, but because I don't want to, but it is. Like, I'm sorry, our friends, but it's just one of those, to me, it doesn't resonate as much as I truly felt like it could have. And maybe it's because I'm an ocean guy. Like, I'm someone who loves the ocean. Saltwater gospel is my jam. Like, I love the lobsters from a couple of years ago. I want it to feel like Maine and feel like home, and it can, like sailing and nautical can. And these just don't. The best thing that I think on these are the flags, on the heel tab. So, I'm a little bummed. That's all. And I don't want to keep spinning my wheels and be the only one talking, but where's the rest of this pack? Like, where's the rest of this pack? We got towel, we got a glove for the first major of the year. We then saw Dick's came out with head covers for both the putter, which you can see behind.
Yeah, but I could battle a little bit. On
sure.
this. Yeah,
No, I just think that where's the rest? We've seen.
Yeah, but look at what other brands. Brands aren't releasing U.S. Open stuff either. Like, everybody goes crazy at the Masters now.
Fair. Fair.
Everybody goes crazy because that first major of the year, everybody buys limited edition, green, yellow, white, red, whatever. But the U.S. Open, like I said before, like it's just kind of like the World Cup's happening right now. There's not a whole bunch. I'm starting to get like sunrise, sunset, on the water kind of vibes as the more I look at this shoe.
But yeah.
I don't think you're wrong, Gumby. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think the pack in general, the 90 is a strange choice. We usually do get an Air Max shoe in every pack. Why do we go with the 90 that's been around forever? Air Max 1 is still around. You have Air Max 95 and 270G, and we did a 90. Like it's just tough for me. I agree. And I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what to make of. I like the blue one. I think the Roy. I mean, we'll rank these, and I'll cut straight to it because we want to keep the episode briefer. But yeah, I think I'm going Tour 4, then Next Percent, then 90, and those last two are very close to each other. But I think Tour 4 is the one that I would probably pick out of the three. I'd have to see this material. I wish we had the this is not me trying to. Hey, you should have sent us the shoe for unboxing. I feel like the 90 will wear better because of the materials. I want to see what the materials are on that Next Percent and the way that they wear. So keep your ranking, and then we'll go back to Gumby.
Green is. I want to know what this green is on.
Where the green
this shoe? Where did this come from?
Okay,
like, there's blue tags, and now we have green. Like,
okay, so when you read the description, for the first one, and they were talking about treacherous greens. Like, what was the description? Is this also, because is this supposed to be for the greens then? Is this supposed to be like golf course by the water?
Is that the actual thing? The Hamptons is no vacation, nautical coloring to summer's hottest golf tournament, true to original icon. This version has golf-ready details.
The color is literally called sea glass and spruce fog. So it's got to be... It is maybe still that nautical theme, to your point. You got the flags kind of hanging there, but
that's the
what's that last image? What is the last image, by the way? If you click on that,
this
is that a little postcard greetings from the Hamptons, basically.
Yeah,
and that's where this is where I get confused, because this would have been fantastic as a shoe. Whatever I'm seeing here, and this looks completely opposite with the tan and the green and like pinks than this.
I like that swoosh though on the 90. Do you guys see how different that swoosh is? It's a complete swoosh.
Yeah.
Instead of like peeking out of the mud guard like usually does.
I do like that. Yeah. There's a break here.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I mean, like
these 90s could be good.
Like, here's the thing. As a colorway that just like releases on its own, it's probably like it would be probably pretty fun and could go with a bunch of things. But as part of this pack currently, I don't understand it. That's all. Because I look at these,
I like the different
and I
bases.
look at these, and I look at this, and that to me is like what I want to see. And I get it.
But
like,
that to me, that postcard's confusing too, because that screams ski resort to me.
Yeah, right.
The island's white. It's like surrounded by like light blue. Yeah. You know,
going around
Well,
the
the thing
flag.
here's the thing, Matt. You say that not many people are doing like the U.S. Open. Everyone kind of goes crazy for the first major of the year. But if we did want to look at this in like retrospect now, or maybe with some hindsight, as Keith said, this is earlier. We're 250 years. We're in the World Cup. Like, if there would have been a time to do a full on red, white, and blue U.S. Open shoe, maybe this could have been the year.
You know, I don't disagree. I know for the past 2 years, I've told people like Nick Spears that, hey, you can't do a USA theme every single time. You can't always do red, white, and blue. It's going to be boring. And I don't know. I'm hoping it's a President's Cup year. They're probably not going to do a President's Cup shoe. I hope that we get something. But I think this would have been, you had the soccer kit themed in the first, like the winner,
Right.
the original release,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yep.
why couldn't we riff off of the USA national soccer team and have like a soccer jersey with the way I almost wore that t-shirt. Actually, I have the soccer team's shirt that they released. Like, we could have done the dark navy with the stripes. Like, that would have been great as a golf shoe on all three of these.
Right.
But again, it's really hard to work cross-functionally against an organization so big for them to reach out. Hey, what's the World Cup jersey going to look like? And to get it nailed down might have been tough. I'm going to give them some grace, but also,
but I'm
and
saying
here's
you're not
another
gonna
thing. Can I
do the
say
World
another
Cup
thing?
jerseys. Yeah.
And this is going to be more shade towards the USGA, which they have caught my. I love to say this all the time about how the People's Championship is being held at the most exclusive and private golf clubs on earth that no person can actually. The only thing that's democratic supposedly about this whole thing is the 36 holes and the longest day in golf. But
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, how do you sell the Hamptons to people? Like, how do you like? Okay, I get the story. It's cool from like a TV perspective that okay, everybody gets to they vacation in the Hamptons, so they just get to stay where they vacation because the guys are, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how do you create a pack that celebrates the Hamptons? That's why I would have leaned either USA or New York, in my opinion. Then again, who would have thought in 50 plus years that the Knicks would ever win anything? But okay.
I know.
No,
Keith,
I'm
your
on the
ranking.
same.
Yeah.
I'm on the same boat, same sailboat as you guys. So, I think they hit it with the colors of the Hamptons. Definitely more on the Tour 4 than the other two. The other two are more the 90 is more okay. Let's go play in the sand colors. The
That's true.
next percent is more like the ocean reflective. Seeing the reflection off. I'm sure with the beautiful sunsets and everything. So. And then with the Tour 4, you have the blue, the upper blue. So I think I'm still in the same boat as you guys as well as with the footbed. I wish the footbed, that imaging on the footbed would like be wrapped around the back heel of the Tour 4, or if there was a Pro 4, just to give it some different. Like I feel like there's just missing a different color in there. It's missing more color.
This on the Pro 4 sock liner thing, like the
Yeah.
like would have been like really nice,
Yeah.
like, and
Yep.
then like the iridescent fly wing, like
Yeah.
I
The
just think
highlight-
he could have done some
Yeah,
cool
the
stuff.
highlights for me are the footbed here, but the two flags that are, stitched into the back heel, which is a nice touch. It's always windy in the Hamptons. It's always going to be windy. And then the laces, I can't remember if all three don't have the laces that are on the 90s, but it's, it's your boat tie. It's a nice touch. It's your rope.
And 8 years ago,
90s
Brooks wins the U.S.
laces.
Open in Shinnecock, and we got those Hazard.
Right.
Remember the orange and gray,
and that was like a New York City.
Yeah, it was a cone.
Safety
Just like me right
I
now.
mean, those stood out.
Fantastic though.
Yeah, those stood out. I also think like these on TV will not pop. Like I don't think you're gonna see. Again,
Right.
if they're in hand and we
No.
can see the
You're
materials,
not
like
even
I'm looking
seeing
at
your two tops.
Yeah, the Tour 4, like the Tour 4, I could see like that leather on the close up of the images, but unless we saw it in video in hand, like we haven't seen that one in hand. I know Raymond from Scratch Golf had a couple in hand, but yeah, like that leather, if it's worn in the right way, could start to look really nice. I think the 90, one thing they did like with like the toe box area they did on the Open Championship, the band that I'm holding, They did kind of like this paisley pattern, kind of like enrich the materials. But yeah. So again, that's my ranking. Tour 4 and next percent 90th, closely behind.
I'm on the same way. I got it. I'm the same way. I think like the blue is nice on the Tour 4 to enough that's more on brand for what they're trying to do than the pearly purple. So yeah, that's where I go with it as well. Just again, I think that I want to still give kudos for trying something that's not just like the red, white, and blue and others and stuff like that. Because they have hit before, right? We've given them their flowers on the lobsters, on peaches, on, you know, other ones that they had the azaleas, the pinks like that are behind you, even the graffiti ones like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air ones. They've just done a really good job over the years, and I just think it's sometimes hard to always hit them out of the park. Like you just. No one bats 1,000, but man, they're batting like.
I'm going to tell you, I know sometimes, and I don't know how long some of those folks have been on that team. I wouldn't be mad as we get towards like some of these repeats, especially since the USGA just loves to go to the same 5 places over and over again. You know, if you got to bring back a theme and put it on the newer shoes. I'm not mad at that.
No,
you know, like
no, I agree.
You know, in 5 years, if they have to redo, you know, this one, the best dress, the pink ones, like you're saying, but it's on the shoes that are currently available, I'd be happy with that.
Well, like what next year's at Pebble, I think, right? So
yeah, you could do the denim. You could do
denim again on the new, and then I think it's at Pinehurst after that. I'm not sure what Pinehurst was beforehand. I don't remember
I don't know.
Pinehurst one a couple of years ago, but either way, I'm intrigued to see what happens in the future. I'm intrigued to see what the British Open, I'm going to call it that so we don't get confused, because I really hate that they changed that to just the Open, and then everyone calls this the Open. So it's really hard to decipher. See what they come out there, and you know, I think we saw some stuff for 7-1 release too, but I don't know if that was part of the Open or not. But yeah, so that is.
I have some 7-1 stuff that I was debating on wearing tomorrow. And by the way, if you guys are listening to this on Wednesday, follow us in our stories because we will be in the Hamptons. Keith will be driving me, hopefully safe travels and all that stuff. Yeah, we make it there. So
excited for you guys to go down and experience that. That's gonna be cool thing that we get invited to, which is great. And then we're not staying for, but Eastside is also releasing a shoe on Thursday as well with Nike. So excited to see what those look like.
Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to get a sneak peek from Earl on Wednesday. We did reach out.
All right. So that brings us to the winner's circle and our picks for this week, I think, as we get ready for the U.S. Open. Again, maybe a short show for us today with the U.S. Open, but it feels like that. It just feels like one of those.
We're still going to go
shows.
Why you call short.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it just feels like one of those.
We always ramble on about things. Something.
The U.S. Open is very interesting this year. Keith, I went over the amateurs. I'll go over them again, and I will butcher Arnie's name again, but we have Preston Stout, Ethan Fang, Miles Russell, and Gunlager, Arnie Svensson, and I'm just going to call him Arnie. So those are our amateurs. You have the pros. Who is in the field?
So we got 5 of our pros in here. Our top 5 guys: Brooks Koepka, Chris Gotterup, Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, and our hot player right now, Alex Fitzpatrick. And, we have 6, Robbie McIntyre as well. So we got 6.
Robbie Mac won me money last year. Robbie Mac won me money last year. Do you guys remember that? I picked Robbie Mac. I put a couple bucks on him. I cashed out for $230 right before JJ Spahn made the putt on 17.
That's right.
So Robbie Mac, might have to go back to that well. Ooh. He's had a very interesting year in the majors. So who wants to start this off? I'm in a place I think very different from you guys. So
Well, I think the thing is Rory and Scotty aren't playing well. I mean, we had Scotty. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, he was so mean to Ted." I'm like, I think I've seen worse. Like, I didn't even think he. Yeah, we love you, Ted, but I don't. I'm not saying Ted deserved it, but I'm just saying I didn't think it was that bad. I'm watching it. I'm watching the full 5-minute video, and I'm like, it's not that bad. Like,
I
you know what
I
I
think
mean?
they're
Their
trying to find
usual
anything they can
conversations. Yeah.
with him because he hasn't like won really.
Yeah.
You know, so
Personally, I think Scotty finds his form. I think Scotty's our highest finishing player, and he completes the Grand Slam.
Ooh, that is
okay. So maybe it
the
was
final
on the same wavelength
masterpiece.
Darn it. I'm gonna go. I was gonna go Scheffler because I was also thinking that like someone just.
I'm glad I
it's
went
just
first.
A back-to-back year of someone completing the career Grand Slam. We did it last year with Rory. We're gonna do it this year with Scotty. So I want him, but when I don't pick him, it's a good thing. So I'm gonna go Goddard, going kind of back home to the East Coast.
Ooh, that's a good call.
Played at Rutgers and then on to Oklahoma after, I believe. So yeah, Rutgers, New Jersey, Long Island, all the same, right? So
well, it'd be a good story. It'd be a good story. If you had gone Scotty, I probably would have gone Goddard.
Yep. So liking Goddard, I truly would not. If those, I'll let you go, Keith, and then I'll continue.
Fine. Well, I'm gonna go probably. We can run down the line real quick. Like Koepka, WD last week from the Canadian Open.
Here, this winner.
Oh, he's won it. Yeah, you can't count him out. And he's on the range. He was on the range today. Record on a Tuesday night, so he was there practicing. So everything looks okay. The wrist the arm maybe got shot up a little bit. Take care of a little bit of the pain. But I was going to lean towards Koepka, but I'm going to go with our Masters winner this year and go with Rory McIlroy. So we all three of us have our own different picks. I hope Scotty and Rory throw on the NRG Pack shoes, please. Give us a little power with those NRG Packs. Throw them on. So
I'm just curious what the Pro 4 would look like because we haven't really seen it in practice rounds.
Not up close. They're out there.
In the blue.
Guys, I still think that's another. I think that's another letdown of these packs. Like, it should be Brooks, Rory, Scotty. It should be Brooks, Rory, Scotty. It should be those three shoes.
You see how many people are wearing the Pro 4s college
Victor
level?
Hovland was spotted wearing these guys. Yeah. No, sorry. He was wearing these.
Yeah. Last tournament. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yep. It'll be interesting. Hopefully next year when there's updated versions, those are the focus.
Even just a little shout out to like, this is going to be a hot shoe this year. Like even we don't have anybody. We won't see this in the U.S. Open either. The Peg 1.
It'd be cool to see.
Yeah. I would love to see what that one looked like. I think that's like the part that like I don't know if they don't like. They exist. We see them on people here and there, right? Like, but I wish that there was a way to be more. It's hard because I don't think you can be more transparent about what the shoes and what they look like without then the clamoring for them, even though we do the clamoring, like for them from the public when they don't go into production, like, so it's a hard
why make them? Are you saying like why make them?
I'm not saying like why make them. I just wish that there was like a way to see them all because I just am so curious about what they look like. You know what I mean?
That's why you watch. That's why we watch the golf coverage, right?
But I'm saying like if no one's playing in a peg, then we wouldn't see the peg. And that was fair. The peg would look like
when Nelly would show up every once in a while in the free G from last year, and it's like we didn't know there was a PGA free, right?
Right. That and like so it's just one of those things where like we have a bevy of these players in the variety of shoes, but like lately we're not getting those players in some of these bigger tournaments, right? Like Tom's been down a little bit, Tony's been down a little bit, so like we're not even seeing what the Jordan would have looked like if there would have been a Jordan, but like in previous years we've gotten Jordan exclusives around a major, right? You can go back to like the black pinstripe ones, the wood ones, like stuff like that, so I don't know. I just was curious to see what others look like when they're not playing. But again, when you don't make them and then people want them because they may be better than what's currently available, then you get like a backlash. So it's hard to do. So,
well, time will tell, because we'll see these guys, practice round tomorrow, Wednesday, and then tournament kick starts on Thursday, Friday. We'll see the Pro 4 out there. There's a couple. Gotterup's got them on. I saw it, not anything up close, but Gotterup and Victor have the Pro 4 style on.
That's a good call, Keith. Maybe if we get there by 3:00, they'll all be off the course. Probably we won't be able to catch anybody. So
figure it out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
a
good
whirlwind
day.
to see it. I'll be tuned in.
The stories will be popping,
and I'll be the guy in the chair, like Ned Leeds. I'll be the guy in the chair for you guys tomorrow. So whatever you need, I'll be there. And whatever you need, we're there. So you can follow us on Instagram at the Swoosh Life Podcast, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Help us grow here. And Matt, what do we got here from Turtlebox? Turtlebox, official sponsor of the podcast. Enter our giveaway on Instagram. Show it off one more time.
It's so nice. Fun fact for those of you that are listening is when Turtlebox approached us, the Americana had just been announced, and I said, "Ooh, can I get that one?" And they're like, "No, there's the limited editions are not available for partnerships." So I said, "Hey, when you guys get more inventory, if you're making more inventory for a giveaway, can we do that?" They said, "Absolutely." So we are here for the people. We are a podcast of the people, from the people, by the people. Yep. And then we're going to move it to a platform where you have to have $1 million to join USGA. Let's grow the game. The game. The People's Championship in the Hamptons.
In the Hamptons.
It's so for the people.
I'm excited to see it.
I'm getting shanked after this episode. USGA's coming for me.
This is what we get out of Matt for missing the past, or we haven't seen him in 2 months on the pod. So this is what we get.
That's where I give the PGA. I want to start supporting the PGA more, because the PGA at least goes to like realistic places that maybe like some of us have a chance of ever sniffing the grass on. Like I'm still on this soapbox 4 years later. I still think it's ludicrous. I think what they did I'm not going to name the golf course, but there's several golf courses that they've looked over, and that's the other thing too. They're all like, "Oh, well, some courses are just too hard." They've said that there are several very hard golf courses out in this country that they won't go to just because they ain't got a big enough parking lot. And I think, I don't know. That's
my one buddy
sorry,
is
that's my that's Matt. That's my hot take.
My one buddy saw something and he posted it to us, and he wants carnage from any golf tournament, especially the US Open. He wants the final score to be like +4, So
I'd love to see the final score be minus. I'd love to see somebody throw up 459s.
These are like watery greens in between the flights. They're the waves is what they're going to be doing. And he was just like, "Yeah, all right, I'm not watching." So,
well, yeah, I mean, like when the course gets away from them, and I still don't know. Like, there's been some years where I'm like, I feel like the golf course is completely unfair. Like, it just leaves it to chance and bounces and things like that. And I don't necessarily care for that. I
get the wind right.
Yeah. I also, I used to say, I root for excellence, want to see people play their best. However, I also don't want it to become the NBA where everybody's shooting threes. So I don't know what the right answer is.
Yeah. And that's why we have a podcast and not a golf course, I guess. I don't know.
That's right.
So, all right. Any last words from you guys? I'm excited to see you guys go crush it tomorrow. I'll be there in spirit. But again, follow along at the Swoosh Life Podcast on Instagram is what you want to see and what you want to watch. I know with you two, we're going to have some awesome content, so I'm excited from there. So, and we've already got a little bit of a preview of the house. Should be cool. A real grass green is what I'm being told there. So it's going to be cool to see you guys up there. Maybe bring out some method putters,
I might bring my own.
Yeah.
Then I got to check a bag. We might be late. Can't do it.
No, we might
got to travel late.
I got a couple here. I got a couple here, Matt, for you.
There you go. But
bring
if
it.
You guys got, yeah. If you guys don't have anything else, then for the Swoosh Life Podcast, that's been Matt, Keith, Gumby. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. If you enjoyed today's episode, go follow us at the Swoosh Life Podcast on Instagram, where we have a lot more content. Watch us on YouTube at the Swoosh Life Podcast. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment, and make sure you keep listening to us on all the places that you can find your podcast, Apple, Spotify, and more. We'll see you in the next one. This has been the Swoosh Life Podcast.
Checks over stripes, yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, that's what we like. Yeah.